Athletes' lifestyle, effective communication and career. Types of media is radio, internet, newspaper, television, and social media. When might athletes communicate with the media? Well, they have post-match analysis, which is when athletes get interviewed directly after the match to get their initial and honest reactions after the game. For example, interviewees might ask the player about a situation that happened on the pitch or how they feel about a recent transfer, etc. Another point is to attract sponsors and talk to their fans about any charity work of upcoming events they'll be attending to spread the word, as well as to comment on any controversial or contentious debates happening within the world or in their sport. There are two types of interviews, pre-recorded and live. Pre-recorded have usually planned responses and poor language is edited out so it does not offend the public. And live recordings means that the athletes' responses are immediately after the match, so the audience get their honest and real reactions. Comparing the differences of communication for media and significant others. With an employer and managers and coaches, dressing formally and talking in standard English and positive body language is essential because you want to show off your professional side. On television and social media, athletes must be polite, active listeners and showcase their achievements. Sponsors are there for support and discuss sponsorship deals, so you must also dress formally and answer any questions that they have. However, on radio, as no one sees you or how you're dressed, you can be more casual. It's more like a friendly chat and they want to get to know you, your fans get to know you instead of being in a business mindset. Importance for planning for interviews. Making sure that you're prepared for any types of unexpected or sporadic questions that they might ask you. Normally in interviews, they do ask you beforehand if there is any topics that you don't want to touch on due to sensitive issues or if it's legal requirements you can't talk about. A good way to prepare for this is to rehearse the interview beforehand with friends or family to build your confidence. Knowing your audience can also help athletes prepare. Career planning. Having a backup career is essential if your first initial part A does not work to your career. For example, if an athlete becomes injured and they're unable to pay their bills due to not being paid because they're no longer playing. SWOT analysis allows an athlete to identify their goals and to find a second career path in case there's come to a sudden end, for example, injury or family issues. Goal setting. Goal setting helps athletes to improve their weaknesses and their goals must be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and time-bound. I have done a SWOT analysis on Daniel Kaler, who does boxing. I've identified some strengths, include he's motivated, great technique, he has great experience, he's dedicated and knowledgeable about his sport. Weaknesses are his stamina and endurance. Some opportunities that becoming a boxer has, he could become a professional boxer, a coach, manager or personal trainer through networking. Some threats of becoming a boxer: lack of time, availability and resources, as well as injury from overtraining. His short-term goals include to win the local matches that he has every couple of weeks to gain confidence and experience in the boxing field. Medium-term goal, he should get recognised at the next national competition. And a long-term goal is to become a professional boxer in a top league. One weakness would be to improve cardiovascular fitness. A method of improving this weakness would be designing a suitable training program that targets his cardiovascular fitness. A second career path could be coaching. Some strengths of being a coach: it improves your professional networking and builds relationships with other players to understand how to develop their skills. Some weaknesses, there's a lot of responsibility to look after individuals, such as their health and safety of the athletes. However, it does bring some opportunities. For example, it builds relationships with important clubs and sponsors to help develop his knowledge and experience. And some threats, making sure that you are up to date with your training programs and are aware of new training programs. Short-term goal as a coach could be making sure that you set a weekly training program for your athletes to help others achieve their goals. A medium-term goal, volunteering at a local boxing club or his college to gain experience and knowledge of technical points in boxing. And long-term goal, to achieve a level 1 in a boxing coaching course. He could achieve this level 1 in boxing by going through his national governing body, or he could do this at university through the university.